Freedom isn't free. It costs far more than just the many lives that are lost to try to attain it. The price you pay is stability. When you remove one power, however evil that power may be, you create a power vacuum that can take decades to overcome. How will the Resistance, the only real organization left after the events of Exegol, respond to help the citizens of the galaxy? That's a big question.
Good question,
Loaded,
Maria.
loaded question.
A
Yeah.
loaded question. I mean, obviously, we know from episode 7 that the Hosnian system, which was an entire solar system of 5 planets, was annihilated, right? And there went the Republic. I mean, poof, gone, right? All the senators that lived there, everybody was annihilated in one failed swoop, right? And the galaxy is left now without any representation. It's like taxation without representation, right? Like Boston Tea Party here, and it's like, they have no one to, fund programs for, for those that are, distraught or suffering, right? Like all of that went away. All the infrastructure that the New Republic had built for so many years went away in an instant. There's no one else left. There's only the Resistance. And I don't, I personally don't think that the Resistance is equipped to handle that. What do you guys think?
I think they could be, and they will be, just not right now.
Yeah.
It's going to
It'll
be
take
hard.
time. It'll take time.
Yeah.
And money.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
Bust out the credits.
And
those
currently out of
credits.
resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going through any kind of like rebuild, it's kind of like a sports team, isn't it? When you're going through like a rebuild, it's always going to be like painful to watch, like just how, just seeing how this group has to get their legs under them first before they can jump high enough to get where they want to go. And I think a story like that would be really interesting, Maria.
Wink,
I think
wink.
that would be really interesting.
Yes, Rebels was a good show. It's a great show. I agree, Tom. And then Jason, for you, I mean, Finn was a janitor. He turned into a stormtrooper, then turned into a rebel, and now he's co-general of this Resistance, of what's left of the Resistance, which isn't very much. And he's co-general with Poe, who's such a good friend to him, but also just also really new to this whole thing. Like, imagine being taken from a janitor to being like the leader of all this, right? I mean, that's got to be kind of really stressful. To say the
It's
least.
a bit of it's like a big shock for me because how did I go from just sweeping and mopping to literally leading an entire organization, or rather what's left of it? But I feel like with Finn, he's kind of just accepted it because at his core he wants to do the right thing. He wants to help people. He wants to make sure nobody has to suffer like him.
Yeah.
So
and I think
he's trying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You can go.
Yeah, I said, and I think also just the fact that Poe asked him to help. He's like, I need you to be my co-general, and Finn was just immediately, oh, okay. Thank you for that, by the way. Right? Yeah. It's thank you for trusting me to do that, right? I feel like that's what he was really saying in that moment. But what's going through his mind right now when we start to see all these citizens kind of coming to them and being like, we have nowhere to go. All those people that were off-world from, not everybody from that lived in any of the 5 Hosnian planets, right, was was at the planet during the cataclysm. So they're off-world and they come home to nothing. It's dust. The same thing with
gone.
Yeah, the same thing with Kijimi. I mean, obviously from Princess Leia's perspective, once again, Alderaan, who was, decimated, right?
Obliterated, yeah. Gone.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going through Finn's mind right now? What do you think it would be his most worry, his highest worry?
I feel like with Finn, he's not really concerned with whether or not he can do it because in his heart he knows he'll be able to take on the mantle along with Poe. But also I feel like he's most like worried that things won't get better no matter how hard they try. So
Yeah.
he's anxious about that, but also he's just like, you know what, I just have to try.
That's
There's
it.
there's just no point in not
Yes.
trying at all.
And it goes back to that Dynamics manifesto, right? Like those words that were written so long before this moment, right, are still like ringing true, right? So they're still very much in the presence of mind. I think one of the things that's probably the most harrowing is, you know, how are we going to feed these people?
Yep.
Right? How are we going to do this? Like, Princess Leia was the connection into all of the funding for the Resistance, and she's gone. So I think like that's going to be a really interesting story to kind of peel back the layers on. Yeah.
There was always someone else on top that they could. Oh well, Leia will know the answer, but now they're like these like middle managers are left at the helm, and like they can do it. I just don't think that they know they can quite yet. There's a little insecurity there.
Yeah, they've lost their biggest lifeline.
Yeah, and that always like, you know, it's like the first time you have a sleepover without your mom. Like you're like, what the hell do I I can survive without this person. Yeah, so it's gonna take them a little while.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do. And no one's a good leader immediately.
Right.
Like no one's a good boss. You gotta learn, you grow, and that's life, man.
Yeah, some people have the natural traits of a leader, but they don't just come into the role like immediately. It takes practice.
It takes practice. Yes.
Well, Leia came into the role knowing what to do. She's born that way.
Yeah. Leia.
Well, she's a Skywalker and a very formidable Force user. So
yeah, I
think that's really great.
Help.
Yeah, she had some help. Just a little bit of help. Not to mention, I mean, she really had Bail Organa to look up to. You know.
Totally. Well said. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And these guys didn't have that.
Yeah, no, these guys.
But they had Leia.
Yeah. They had Leia.
Leia.
Yeah, Leia's like Leia's the true north, right?
I kind of.
What would Leia do?
I kind of relate to like Finn's not like really being sure if he can if things are gonna get better, because like I was not really sure about like coming on here and doing all this because like I'm usually very camera shy, very anxious, but I was just like, you know what, let's just do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You're doing amazingly.
Yes, you are.
You are.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Jason, I love you.
Yes.
Thank you. I love you too.
Yes, we love you.
And that's the
I love
thing,
you
guys,
all.
like for us.
Keep going, General.
It's so great because we have really become quite a little acting family here. And like we're all gonna grow up together. Like, you know, I mean, I'm old, but
no, you're
I'm
not.
still young. I'm still young.
Yeah, but some of you guys are still really young, so you get to like learn from some of the oldest. I mean, we have folks in here who are they were on Broadway stages, bro. Like, you know,
our Wexleys.
Yes, yes.
I love that.
Nora Wexley, you know, Donna Heffernan, and Charles Wilson are all stage actors and have a great.
We also.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Go
Maria.
ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. We also have a cousin of Robin Williams.
Who?
Oh wait, who is this?
Who is it?
You?
I went. No. I went and read all of the bios on our website, and right now, I'm having brain fog, and I can't remember his name.
I bet you Catherine.
Sorry.
I bet you Catherine knows.
These though.
I bet you
I thought she was
Catherine
gonna
knows.
reveal herself.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna reveal herself.
Right,
Yeah, I thought you were just pumping your own tires here.
Now all of
know.
you have to go to the bios, go to the website.
That's right.
Yes.
Go to our website.
But we have Robin Williams' cousin, and I can't wait to. I just want to hang out with him and have coffee for a little bit.
That's amazing. Yes. And so, you know, we really do like look out for each other, take care of each other. And it's such a great environment for anybody to be part of, for real. So, okay. And then I have a question for Robert. Beaumont Kin, like, like many others, is a representative of the general members of the resistance. He's not a leader himself, but what do you think that section of the resistance, the everyday people, think of the taxing weight they have taken on as a safe harbor, quote unquote, for all of these displaced people?
Yeah, there are a lot of them, and I think what comes to mind for me is like how many of these people like are pacifists one way or another. Like they don't know how to fight. A lot of these people don't know how to fight. If you look at history, like there were a lot of people who were part of rebellions, especially in my country's history. It's centuries of just people who didn't necessarily fight, but were way invested in the resistance efforts, against colonizers and empires, what have you.
Yeah.
And I love this line from Rogue One where Saw Gerrera goes as the whole place is coming down. He's like, "Save the dream."
Yes.
And I think that's exactly what's going on with people like Beaumont and the other and his peers. Like, these people are counting on us, and we have to. If we can't fight, we just need to survive. Just keep the dream alive.
Well said. Very well said. Yep.
Yeah, keep the dream alive. Because as long as it goes back to hope, hope gets thrown around in Star Wars a lot, but that's exactly the point of going against a giant like the Empire is it looks impossible, but with hope and just keeping the dream alive enough, because hopefully it'll reach somebody who can do something even more than you can. Because even if I give up, if I give up my life, or if I look at history, like at least in my country, like some people gave up, and after centuries we were able to make it. We have our freedom now, and I'm happy that my ancestors who sacrificed themselves to get to where we are now it was worth it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well
Absolutely.
said, Robert.
For the dream of freedom to spread, you just have to survive, and that's what people like Beaumont, I think, how they feel.
Yes.
Hear, hear.
And that's what makes up the real bread and butter of the resistance is people like Beaumont. It's it's not just the leaders or this or that, it's the people in between, the people that are doing everyday little tasks every day just to move the needle just a tiny centimeter forward,
Like literally too, like imagine the people who like make the flags and make all the emblems, like the symbol for the rebellion. Who made I don't know. You might know the answer, Maria. I don't know who made the rebel symbol. Oh, I thought you.
Droid. It's gotta be some droids.
No.
It's a droid shop.
Yeah, but somebody made that. The point is like somebody made that.
I mean, just
they were that dedicated.
the X-wings, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the
somebody
A-wings, the
had to make
W-wings.
those.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody had to make those. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Did we? did your internet
lost-
kind of cut out? All right, let me fix that. Get you back on here. Not a problem. That happens sometimes.
Would have been awesome if we had like an echo filter and just told us use the force or something.
Use the force. Use the force.
While we do this, can we play Brady Bunch?
Brady Bunch.
Hi, Leia.
Oh, hello.
Oh no, I was going the wrong way.
You're going.
Hi, Leia.
Hello.
Hi, Finn. Hi, Robert.
It's like mirror.
Finn's
Hi,
back.
Maria.
Finn's back.
I'm back.
He's back. Wi-Fi, not your best friend right now, right?
Absolutely not. Especially not in here.
They're jamming our comms.
They're jamming the.
What do we do, General?
We're jamming our-
General.
I'll figure
right.
something out.
And then this is a question for all of you guys. What are some of the challenges that everyone will have to face in regards to rebuilding the Republic and restoring democracy, okay, for an entire galaxy? That seems like a monumental task.
Oh my God.
Right?
I'll just say the one word: supplies.
Supplies.
Like, I think that was
Yep.
that was like I think that was the scene I was in. We were
Yeah.
talking about how it gets supplied.
Yes.
And I didn't actually, when we were doing the scene, actually, I remember, like, I don't remember if anyone actually talked about this in the other movies. Like, what do we do now?
Like, what do we do now? Where are we going to get? Who's going to feed these people?
After the OT. So
Yes.
it's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
You need to do extra work when the fighting's done.
Yeah, you gotta feed people, feed the masses,
Yep.
Yeah, feed the masses, house the masses,
house them, yeah,
Yes, for
clothing,
sure.
yeah.
and also be able to coordinate with so many different people. Some people might not even feel a certain way about this new order because like there are probably some stragglers out there who are against the First Order dissolving in the first place. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the remnants of the first. Obviously. We know of some. There's one in the chat right now, Miss Sharon Goodwill. Those
Oh, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
hey, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon, you baddie.
Yeah,
definitely something that exists out in the world. Not everybody was in favor of being free.
well, you look at the Mandalorian this season when they brought in ex First Order, and they sent them to the rehab to be better people. And then there was so many little Easter eggs. Did you guys pick up on some of the Easter eggs? I can't remember the one character, but she's like eating the red popsicle. It's like, I like the red ones better. And like little hints, like they're not fully rehabilitated. So those people are still out there. I know
There's
that's not
our,
the same timeline.
There's our big bad lady. Sharon says hi. All right. Well, and then again, for all of you, what do you think the Resistance is up against in planets where a new power has risen? Because, obviously, when you remove a power, no matter how evil, right, there's going to be other evil, or maybe not evil, but not so great either, powers that will be quick to like replace them. Right. We see kind of at the end of episode 9, we see that a lot of the planets stand up and they rise up and they overturn the occupation of the First Order in their planets. But what happens is, that leaves a lot of space for someone to come up and go, well, I'll take that seat.
I'll do it.
Yeah, right. And
it's free real estate,
right? And those people could be, notorious gangsters like Zeva Bliss or Jabba the Hutt. And that really is kind of what happens in our story a little bit. You guys will see for some of the core planets, where there's gangsters that rise up and kind of take over. And so how do you think that the Resistance is going to deal with that?
I'm a Force ghost, so I won't answer.
Yeah. I'm also very minimal.
Zori?
I'm gonna say it is uncertain.
Yeah.
And that's where the tension lies in all of the uncertainty. And that's why we as viewers can't stop watching the story.
Yeah. It
Totally.
really is. That's why Star Wars is such a beloved franchise, right? Because they're always, telling new stories in new ways. Some stories are not so great, and some stories are really fucking beautiful. I thought, I'm so excited for what's coming, but I'm also very much a fan of Andor. I mean, Susan knows. We watched that together, and I loved everything about that. Learning about the inner workings of the ISB, the Imperial Security Bureau, that was phenomenal to me. I was just like, wow, this is so good, so cool. So,
and it's all about Andy Serkis too.
Yeah, Andy's fantastic with his character. It's so great, so absolutely great.